Hello students, I am Mrs. Anjali Nadgoda from KLS Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belagavi. This is video number 4. The topic is S block elements. In third video, we have completed group 1 elements and we have seen general characteristics of the compounds of alkali metals, then anomalous properties of lithium and diagonal relationship between lithium and magnesium. So today we will move further and we will see group 2 elements, which is the another part of S block elements. These group 2 elements, they are called as alkaline earth metals, and why they are called as alkaline earth metals, that already we have seen in first video. Now what are the elements? Let us just revise. This is already told: beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. This occurrence also I have already told you. Just revise. Calcium and magnesium occurs as 5th and 6th rank in Earth's crust, whereas strontium and barium are having lower abundance, and beryllium is very rare, whereas radium is radioactive element which is found in igneous rocks, that is in volcanoes. Okay, the rocks which are formed by volcanoes. Okay, so let us see the electronic configuration. So here the chart is given with atomic number, its electronic configuration and valence shell electronic configuration. So if you observe the valence shell electronic configuration, it is 2s2, 3s2, like that, means s orbital is completely filled, right? So the numbers are also increasing, means generally we can write the electronic configuration of group 2 elements as rare gas NS2. Okay. Let us see the atomic and ionic properties. Atomic and ionic radii. When we are studying group 2 elements, we have to study we have to compare them with alkali metals also, as well as we are studying them down the group, that is from beryllium to barium. Okay, we are not considering radium because radium is radioactive element. Okay, so atomic and ionic radii of alkaline earth metals are smaller than that of corresponding alkali metals, because we have already learned this trend from left to right. Atomic radii or ionic radii always decreases. Okay, now why it is? Because nuclear charge increases. Then within the group, that is when we see down the group, atomic and ionic radii increases with increase in atomic number. Now based on atomic size or atomic size, we can predict the ionization enthalpy. Of course, ionization enthalpy down the group decreases because size increases. Okay, now here the question arises: first ionization enthalpy of alkaline earth metals are higher than that of group 1 elements, because the first is when we compare the size of alkaline earth metals with alkali metals, they are having small size. This is the reason, and hence energy required to remove the electron is high compared to the group 1 elements. Now what happens to second ionization enthalpy? Second ionization enthalpy are much smaller than that of group 1 elements, because after removing the second electron from alkaline earth metals, they get stability as that of noble gases, nearest noble gases, and hence they are trying to lose the second electron very easily. Alkaline earth metals have low ionization enthalpy. When we go down, the ionization enthalpy decreases because of their size increases. Now let us see hydration enthalpy. What is meant by hydration? It is the capacity to absorb moisture or capacity to react dissolve with water. Okay, so hydration enthalpy of these group 2 elements, that is alkaline earth metal ions, decreases with increase in ionic size down the group. Means from beryllium 2 plus ion to barium 2 plus ion, hydration enthalpy increases. Sorry, hydration enthalpy decreases. Okay. When we compare with alkali metals, hydration enthalpies are larger than that of alkali metal ions. Compounds of alkaline earth metals are more extensively hydrated than those of alkali metals, means they easily absorb the moisture and they form hydrated compounds. Okay, for example, MgCl2, magnesium chloride, it is having 6 molecules of water, whereas calcium chloride is also having 6 molecules of water. But NaCl and KCl do not form the such hydrates. Now let us study the physical properties of alkaline earth metals. Like alkali metals, these metals are also silvery white, shiny, lustrous, and relatively soft but harder than alkali metals. When we compare the hardness, they are harder than the alkali metals. Beryllium and magnesium are somewhat grayish in color. Okay. Melting point and boiling point of these metals are higher than that of corresponding alkali metals, again because they are harder than the alkali metals. Okay. Now why it is? Again due to smaller sizes, but this trend is not systematic. Okay. Now ionization enthalpy. Because of low ionization enthalpy, they are strongly electropositive in nature, means they are having the capacity to lose the electrons, and this electropositive character increases down the group. Okay, alkaline earth metals have high electrical and thermal conductivities, which are the characteristics of metals. Means they are good conductors of electricity, heat and electricity, and therefore the ionic solution, therefore the solutions can be used in the form of electrolytes. Okay, the one more special property, like alkali metals, these alkaline earth metals and their salt impart characteristic color to the oxidizing flame. Means when we burn them on the Bunsen burner, they give the characteristic color. Okay, now what is the reason? That already we have learnt, and here the reason is given, the same reason as that of alkali metals. In this, now we will see the chart. Just see the chart. Beryllium and magnesium, they do not show any color to the flame, whereas from calcium to radium the color changes as brick red, crimson red, apple green, and carmine red. And these are the characteristic, just like the fingerprints of these elements, from which they can identify the, which we call it as flame photometry. Okay, and even they can estimate it. Okay, now why beryllium and magnesium, they do not show any flame color? Because electrons in beryllium and magnesium are too strongly bound, they are very near to the nucleus, and therefore it requires it does not get that sufficient energy to excite by the flame. Okay, and therefore they do not impart any color to the flame. So these two are the exceptions in flame color. Okay, let us see the chemical properties. Alkaline earth metals are less reactive than alkali metals. See, when we are comparing the properties of alkaline earth metals with alkali metals, these are less reactive. But when we compare them alone, that is, when we compare only group 2 elements, then the reactivity goes on increasing down the group. Okay, so let us see first reaction, that is reaction with air, that is with oxygen. So beryllium and magnesium are inert to oxygen and water, means in crystalline form or in solid form they do not have any action of oxygen and water, because an oxide layer or a protective layer is formed, which we call it as oxide film, on their surface when they come in contact with air. Whereas powdered beryllium burns brilliantly on ignition in air. Brilliantly means with shining white color, to give beryllium oxide and beryllium nitride Be3N2, means beryllium directly reacts with oxygen as well as nitrogen from air, in which form? Powdered form. Okay, whereas magnesium is more electropositive and it burns with dazzling brilliance, means like stars, shining stars. For example, if you have seen the crackers, how they burn, that is called as dazzling brilliance in the form of bundles, energy bundles or packets in air, to give magnesium oxide and magnesium nitride. See, magnesium also reacts directly with nitrogen from air, and this is already we have learned in diagonal relationship with lithium. Is it? Okay. Then calcium, strontium, barium are readily attacked by air to form their respective oxide and nitride. They are also react with water with increasing vigor even in cold to form hydroxide. Means all these alkaline earth metals except beryllium and magnesium, they react with water very vigorously, very easily, with lot of heat to form their respective hydroxides. So what we have seen the difference between alkali metals and alkaline earth metals while seeing the reaction with air? Yes, alkali metals they form different types of oxides, whereas alkaline earth metals they form monoxides, and they are forming nitrides, respective nitrides, which are not from the alkali, which are not formed by the alkali metals. In alkali metals only lithium form nitride. Okay. Reaction with hydrogen. All alkaline earth metals except beryllium combine with hydrogen directly, means we can write M plus H2 by heating gives MH2. So MH2 are the compounds which are called as hydrides. Okay, so where M is from magnesium to radium. But beryllium hydride is not easily formed. It has to be prepared by the action of or by the reaction of BeCl2, beryllium chloride, and lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, so here is the reaction shown. Reaction with halogens. All the alkaline earth metals combine with halogen at elevated temperatures, forming their halides. Elevated means what? As and when we go down, the temperature goes on increasing. Means more and more temperature is required for the reaction with halogens. Okay. So M plus X2 gives MX2. So dihalides are formed with halogens. But beryllium chloride cannot be directly formed with halogen. Uh, it requires one more reagent, that is carbon. Okay, so beryllium oxide, it does not show directly reaction with beryllium metal, but it is with oxide, beryllium oxide plus carbon. So carbon acts as oxidizing agent, which removes the oxygen from beryllium and then forms beryllium halide, that is beryllium chloride. So the temperature required is 600 to 800 Kelvin, and carbon itself get reduced by forming carbon monoxide. Okay, so carbon acts as oxidizing agent in this reaction. How beryllium fluoride is formed? by thermal decomposition of NH4 twice BeF4, means ammonium beryllium fluoride. Thermal decomposition means what? By heating this ammonium beryllium fluoride, it forms BeF2. Okay, means halides of beryllium are not easily formed by direct reaction with halogen. Okay, now what is the action of acids? Alkaline earth metals readily reacts with acid, liberating hydrogen gas, that is dihydrogen, forming again respective dihalides MCl2. So this is the common reaction for all alkaline earth metals. Reducing nature, as we have already learned that alkali metals are also acts as reducing agent because they can easily lose the electrons. Even alkaline earth metals are also act as reducing or also they are having reducing nature because they can also lose the electrons. Now why they can easily give the electrons? Because they are having more negative reduction potential. Okay, and therefore they are having the strong tendency to lose the electron and act as strong reducing agent. Okay, but their reducing power is less than the corresponding alkali metals. So beryllium has less negative value compared to the other alkaline earth metals. However, its reducing nature is due to large hydration enthalpy or energy associated with small size of Be2 plus ion. Means hydration enthalpy is very high and therefore it can act as good reducing agent, though it is having less negative value of reduction potential. Even it is having large value of atomization. Atomization means separation of atoms. Okay. Now, one more reaction, that is solution in liquid ammonia. We have seen for alkali metals, when they are dissolved in liquid ammonia, they form deep blue color solutions which are conducting in nature. Similar reactions are shown with alkaline earth metals because even they are forming ammoniated metal ion solution and even ammoniated electron. This free electron response is responsible for conduction of electricity. So here is the end of this video and we will see the further part in next video.